Moving in day. It's a pretty big deal, with lots of lines for a small amount of elevators. Thus, the stairs are taken. Lugging an absurd amount of crap up 7 flights of stairs isn't the funnest experience, but an experience nonetheless. Also incredibly awkward because there are 2 staircases, and you have to switch to the second one to get all the way to floor 7. And, that's obviously quite an awkward experience. Hello, parents. I thought that, this would be a great video for some awkward pauses because it's obviously called Awkward Interactions. Why not? So, 7th floor. Of course, no smoking. And, after you open the door and walk past some welcome signs, our theme is New York Times. So I don't know how that's really represented besides the calligraphy. But here we go. Room 707. There's a little map, and we have my closet, linens, all that jazz you generally need in a living space. There is, Delaney's closet. She has this spiffy shoe holder. Should have gotten a shoe holder. There's my desk, complete with a full set of Doctor Who, Cirque du Soleil, various books, of course a laptop, and of course my lovely bed and that really awkward Macy's box. Say hi to Bartholomew and the peacock pillow. Delaney's bed has this rock and floral-ish design, but she also has an awesome quilt made from t-shirts of shows she's been in. Reminded me that I needed to make one of those, because what better way? Of course, Les Mis needs some special recognition. Kind of feel awkward going through her things when she's not here, but you gotta love the Neil Patrick Harris poster. Lots of other stuff, including, her desk and mirror. We also have one of the most craptastic views of the east side of the building. They don't get Wi-Fi or air conditioning. Sucks to suck. But, there is always, the sky. So, here's my room. I don't know. Website said it was pretty prison cell-ish. Of course, there's the mandatory shopping trip that at least one roommate has to make when they realize how much crap they forgot upon seeing said crap on the other side of the room. But, the amazing Kmart exits straight to the subway. Which in and of itself deserves some applause if you ask me. There you go. Awkward dad interaction. Not so awkward, you exit the subway, following a cool plaid backpack, to find a nifty little Starbucks. Great for any adventure upon visiting a Kmart, as well as the nice pharmacy. Of course the parents were super excited about the pharmacy and the Kmart along our little trip here as they walked to the car, and of course my parents said goodbye a million times before they actually had to. But, including among the awkward. That guy's pretty awkward. Anyway, so the parents leave, and you get to meet your roommate, Delaney, and her friend Michael. He's talking to his mom. Awkward time to film my various posters and artwork from DeviantArt. Cool stuff. Awkward hand shadow. But, gotta have it. Yeah, pretty much a boring, standard first day. Rereading Eon. What are you gonna do, right? Then I see the best sign ever with a warning against alcohol. While sport on a tour, stopped at a cool place where I had some enjoyable bubble tea and a panino. But here's some awkward. You see a waffle truck and don't have any money to get a waffle. Can worse things happen? Apparently a lot of famous people go to Oxford, but they're kind of in that awkward mid-famous zone. For instance, Jack Quaid busting some moves at an improv show. But, that was a pretty awesome event among, the events of Welcome Week. Because, as you can probably imagine, this was just pretty awesome. Really. Guess it was kind of awkward seeing some more high school friends there. There were some super amazing a cappella groups, including this lovely one that sang some rock and Hebrew jams. Thought you might want to listen. But even better, sorry Hebrew Jams, was the male group that sang Dog Days Are Over by Killing the Machine. I want to join that one, but I'm not a male. Awkward. But still better were the enharmonics, and I'm not entirely sure if that's how the spelling is. I'll just let you listen to this chick's phantasmic voice. I didn't think things could get any more awesome than that, but of course I stood corrected when the procession of bagpipes started at the presidential welcome. There was an awesome show with that, with some amazing actors and singers. There was this diversity thing where the Tooch spoke. Kinda ox because he didn't seem to care about what he was reading. At least he's past the mid-famous zone, unlike the Quaid. Seriously not as fun to say as the Tooch.
Not only am I innocent of these crimes, not only in all my life am I...
There were some awesome LGBTQ events, including this field day where we played Red Rover. I wanted to get a reaction from people, but they were also into the game that all I got was this awkward wave from Lucy. And even more awkward is when we went on a tour through the village and ended up roped into the speech about the LGBTQ Center by some guy who ran the archives. It took longer than anyone was expecting, but along that tour, we stopped at an amazing pier with some pods. They kind of looked like Mario mushrooms. You aren't supposed to sit on them, but obviously no one follows that rule. They seemed kind of awkward to me. And of course, you have to run into at least one awkward friend from high school. He was sitting by himself, so I called him over. Not a serious offense to the awkward committee, but pretty good nonetheless. So I end my late entry with an awkward view of the space outside my hall. I look forward to the notes from my fellow misses. All the love, Sasha.